So now we're going to go into how to locate our community groups, how to become kind of the mayor of our community so that we are the go-to resource, as well as we'll dive into a little bit of how to prospect and how to kind of use hand-to-hand combat to grow your network and grow your business.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for coming. Smash that subscribe button and make sure you have notifications on. That way we're going to keep pushing content your way and you'll get notified right away. Thanks.
Let's start by figuring out how we join these groups. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up to the Facebook search bar and we're going to start searching our community that you want to work in, right? So for me, I live in Wesley Chapel. So let's say I was a real estate agent who wanted to kind of own Wesley Chapel. So I'd come up and I'd type Wesley Chapel. Across the top here, you're going to have a bunch of different ways to search that search, right? So I'm going to go with groups, and it's going to show me all the groups that are within the Wesley Chapel community, right? So these are groups filled with people who live in Wesley Chapel and things going on in that community. So now I can come here and click join, 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 and I want to join all of these groups. Now it's really important that we don't just join these groups and then immediately go into spam mode, which is what 99% of us salespeople want to do. We want to go sell them something. It doesn't work like that. Most of these groups have rules on when you can quote unquote advertise yourself and your business, and this is not really the time or place to do that. How we do use these groups though is to really start to paint ourselves as being the expert in that community. So once I join the group, I want to go into that group and start to understand what are they posting, what are they asking about, what content's important to them, and how can I bring value to this particular group. So I'm just going to go to one that I've already joined. So this is Wesley Chapel Network, right? So I want to come into this group and I just want to scroll through for a minute and see what are they posting about, right? Anybody know where I can get custom vinyl quote done on a Christmas ornament? I don't know. I don't really have any value to bring to that post, but if I did, then I'd want to immediately reply to this individual and try and provide them with someone that I knew that could do vinyl on an ornament, right? But I just want to scroll through this and find posts that I can bring value to. Affordable, dependable, careful, courteous, lawn landscaping business. If I have a friend that's in that business, I'm going to come here and I'm going to suggest that they call them, right? And I'm going to bring value to as many posts as I can. And I'm going to do this every single day, right? I'm going to spend a couple hours a day and I'm going to do this and I'm going to bring as much value to this group as possible. Because what's going to happen is you're going to start to engage, the people in the group are going to start to know you, they're obviously going to check you out, what do you do? There are times in this group, depending on the rules, every group has rules, you want to read those rules and understand when you can post and when you cannot, as far as advertising, listings, that kind of stuff. You can obviously do that during those appropriate times. The rest of the time, you want to be bringing this group as much value as possible, because what's going to happen is someone eventually is going to post in here and they're going to say, looking to move to Wesley Chapel, does anyone know where we should live? Does anyone know a great community, right? And the other group members can tag you. So let's say I knew someone, part of this group, that could do this. Maybe it's Tony, right? So I start typing in my friend's name who's part of this group because I know that she does this kind of work. I can click this and it's going to tag her directly in it. That's what you want. You want to become so well known in these groups that these people begin to think of you when they see a post and they tag you in it, okay? The only way to do that is to, again, bring value to this group. So how do we do that? Well, there's lots of ways, right? I go through and I post content or tag people that I know that can bring value to all these different posts. The other way is to create content that I know that they care about, okay? So now that I've essentially engaged with this audience by joining the group, now I got to bring them posts and content that's important to them. So maybe if my main focus is selling homes and listing homes for families, right? Then maybe I go shoot a video of the top 5 parks in Wesley Chapel. Something parents care about, right? 5 top family-friendly events going on in December. Right? It doesn't matter exactly what it is. What does matter is it's content that you can easily create that brings value to the network and the group that you are trying to be a member of. So now I shoot that content and I share it, post it on my business page in the module we just went through, post it on my business page, and then I share that directly into these groups because I'm allowed to do that. I'm not advertising myself. I'm simply bringing a post that brings these individuals value. And I want to do that across all of those groups that we just saw, right? And each group is going to be somewhat different. So it's important to go into those groups and understand what each of those groups mean, right? What all of these are going to be slightly different. Go through the posts, understand how you bring them value, and then build content to do that. So now once I'm in groups, now I can prospect with people. So what I want to do is, if Facebook has a very valuable tool to be able to add people every single day, right? So if I come up to this, and we have all gotten friend requests, right? This is where it pops up and a little red button shows up. But if I click on this, even if I don't have it, Facebook gives me people you may know. And it even tells me who and how many people we have in common, right? And some I don't have any. But these are all people based on what I do and who I know, on who might be interested in connecting with me. So what if I spent 30 minutes a day adding 5 to 10 people every single day? Now at the end of the week, right, if I work Monday through Friday, by the end of Friday I've added at least 25 new people into my network, right? And then now I've got to engage. And I can engage in 2 different ways. I can engage one-on-one. So let's say I don't know who John actually is, but let's say okay, he knows my dad and he knows my cousin. So obviously he's friends with my family, right? But he probably doesn't know me directly. But what I can do is I can even click on John. This is what I call legal stalking, right? So I can click on John. If I wanted to get to know John, I click on John and I see what is John posting? What does his photos look like, right? Is he a family man? I haven't engaged with him, so his timeline looks like, so John's not a great example. He doesn't give me a whole lot here. Obviously he's into America. But I can come back, right? Let me just click on someone else. Let me click on Nancy here. I don't know who Nancy is, but I can go through Nancy. I can see what is she posting, right? Who are her friends? What does she like to do? Does she have family? Nancy's, what books does she like, right? What other things does she like? What other things is she into? And let's say that I saw in here that Nancy, I'm a Redskins fan. Let's say Nancy's a Redskins fan. Now I can message Nancy and say, hey, thanks for connecting. Saw you're a Redskins fan. Tough loss on Sunday. Or, hey, great win on Sunday. Whatever the case is. But you get the point. We now can engage one-on-one. The other way that I can start to engage with them is by posting content, right? So let's say my niche was families, right? All I have to do is type family up here in the search bar, come to pages, find pages that are driving content towards families, right? These are family quotes. Perfect. So now I can curate content for my own page, right? That's family focused, which is my niche. It's how I want to brand myself. It's who I want to service. So I can come here and click on this. And now I can come down and without having to go out and make my own content, which you should do some of, but obviously that's time consuming. It's hard. I've got a ton of content here that's already driven to my network, right? And now all I have to do if I like something is click share, come down, and I can share it, right? I can share to a page. I can share it however I want to share it, just like we went through in the last module. So now, what am I doing? Well, I'm exposing myself, right? So if I want to share it here, I can even type something and then I hit post and it's going to put it right to my page. Well, now what happens is anyone who's engaged on this post already through this page is going to get a notification saying, hey, Century 21 Beggins just shared your content that you're engaged in. And it's going to tell them who I am, and it's going to expose me to even new audiences, right? So, and it saves me time because they've already curated content that's kind of fitting my niche. And this could be any niche, guys. This could be, I sell homes to nurses and doctors, so I could search nurses, right? Come here, find pages related to nurses, click on these. This is all going to be content. Funny nurses, great. I bet there's some great content in there if I want to go after nurses. If I want to go after firefighters, right? Same thing. It does not matter what it is. If I want to only sell homes to people with dogs, I can do that, right? It doesn't matter. The point is that it's here, and this search bar will give it to you, okay? So in the next module, I'm going to show you how this search bar can actually lead you to prospect people beyond your network and literally go one-on-one. Okay, so we'll dive into that into the next module.